I'm Bobby.
I am Nathan.
And this
could be a podcast.
Thank you for saying the name right.
Well, I know. I've been trying. I've been rehearsing in a mirror and everything. Fuck off. I'm always coming with my A game.
Just always with the A game. He's always on.
Always on.
Yep. Well.
Yeah, that's what my agent says.
Yeah. How's your agent?
It's been a while. I should probably call her up. I do have an agent.
Yeah, I know. I was asking.
But
not a talent agent.
Not a talent agent.
Not a talent agent.
A literary agent.
Yeah. You wrote a book. Well, talk about your book.
I made a book called Things I've Said to My Children. It's a book of illustrations.
Is it available anywhere?
It's available everywhere fine books are sold.
Wait. So
right now, you can go to
Can I go to Amazon?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've never done this.
Hold on. Really?
I've gone to Amazon. I've never looked for your fucking book.
I was going to say, yeah, Jeff Bezos owns it. Yeah. Yeah.
The bald supervillain from Superman?
Right.
He's a guy that probably should have just keep trying to grow your hair. It's kind of like the mustard on your face. It makes you a little more sympathetic.
Yeah.
When you shave your head all the way and you look like Jeff Bezos, you're like, you're up to something.
You look like a supervillain, especially like that's tough. I can't imagine. Well, I mean, I can't imagine having that much money. Like, but not like in a day-to-day operations kind of a thing.
Things I've said to my children?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the name of it.
All right, cool.
It's going to come up with my name and a picture of me. That's bullshit. Oh. This is bullshit, Amazon.
Oh, you've been usurped.
Oh, my God.
Hold on. The first two books that usurp you are My Body, What I Say Goes, a book to empower and teach children about personal body safety, feeling safe and unsafe touch, private parts, secrets, and surprises, consent, and respectful relationships. That's the first book that overtakes.
That's horseshit.
And I typed your Things I've Said to My Children book into Amazon. And then I Won't Go With Strangers, the Safe Child, Happy Parent series.
This is garbage.
What is your book actually? What's your book promoting?
Huh? What is my book? I mean, not a lot.
There's only one left in stock.
Uh-oh, better hurry up.
So do you control the book?
No. I cashed that check and walked away.
Not even a residual?
No, they've got a lot to make up. They probably lost money on me.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, it bought me I was able to redo my kitchen and took my kids to Orlando, and that's
good.
That's what
That's not bad.
It was. I mean, it's one of those things where you work for a couple months, and it was a good little payday.
Okay, so walk me through it. How did?
So
that's you, by the way.
The story goes something like this. It's like, man, I wasn't. It's not that my job sucked. I didn't like my commute. I was driving 50 minutes each way. And I wasn't thrilled with it. And I knew it was a small company. I knew there's no climbing a ladder. Upward trajectory. Mm-hmm. Nice guys, but just like a really small production house. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, hey, this company, which is a little bit larger and actually in the town I live in, they want a graphic designer, but my graphic design skills are fairly lacking. Mm-hmm. Just because, I took a Photoshop class in college, and I just genuinely just fucked around with it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, I want to really expand my skills. I should expand my skills anyways. And luckily we just bought my company bought lynda.com subscription, which is all tutorials. Okay. And I was like, okay, I'm really want to go through, and really just worked on my Photoshop skills, a lot. And then I was like, well, I need a little project. And me as a new dad, it's like, man, I'm saying some goofy ass fucking shit. Mm-hmm. Don't like this. Don't do that. Stop writing that penguin horseshit like that. And I was like, well, that's going to be, I'll turn this into a little art series. Okay. Made a little 10 image little series. Okay. Put it up on Flickr.
For people that are not our age, Flickr was a
a photo sharing
site, much like Instagram, but before Instagram.
Exactly.
Right.
And then like nothing happened with it. You know, there was nothing to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Pinterest came out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh.
To the people that were not our age, Pinterest is, I know.
No, Pinterest is still very topical. So I put it up on there and then just kind of fucking forgot about it, you know, and just like went on with my fucking life.
Just stills, just like Photoshop.
Yeah, they're just like still
animations.
Like, no, they're illustrations.
Or like illustrations of you saying this to your
kids. Yeah. And then like out of nowhere, I was down at the Diamond Joe doing a show for MediaCom where we were supposed to interview who's the guy? Brett Michaels.
Okay.
We were supposed to interview
friend of the show,
Brett Michaels, because he's always in town. But like, I think he got too drunk or something, so we like interviewed his guitar tech.
Okay.
And the idea was, hey, we'll interview Brett Michaels for a show, and we'll interview him, and we'll get like a song or two out of him and his band, and hey, that'll be a fun little show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there, we're all just sitting, waiting in the audience, just waiting for Brett Michaels to decide he wants to come out and talk to people.
This is after the show?
No, this is in the middle. This is before the show. This is like in the middle of the afternoon.
So you're going to do the interview before? Oh, after sound check?
So, yeah. I think it was going to be called Sound Check.
Okay.
We were going to try to pair up with Diamond Joe.
Okay, I got you. This is the show you were pitching or like producing.
Yeah, we were producing it. Gotcha. And so then all of a sudden I just get an email from somebody from the fucking Huffington Post.
Oh.
And I'm like,
for those of you that don't know
so I'm like, and they're like, hey, we really like your images and we want to do like a little feature on them. And I'm like, well, this is great. But what the fuck? Where the fuck is this coming from? Like, oh yeah, no, it's from a BuzzFeed. We got it from a BuzzFeed article.
Oh, so
like
BuzzFeed
wrote this morning. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it's
well,
like, oh,
you keep talking. I'm gonna look.
Like,
up.
oh well, shit. And at that time, I enjoyed BuzzFeed. Like, it was my news aggregate of the time, my web aggregate.
Gotcha.
And I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. And then this horse shit just kind of hem and hawed for like 3 years, where it'd just be like every so often people would be like, hey, this is a funny thing. And it kind of like blow up for a second and then go away.
Okay.
And
so it would have waves of success on the internet.
Yes.
Okay.
Just like weird ebbs and flows. I don't know.
It's going to be hard to find.
Just, hey, type my name.
Okay.
Into BuzzFeed.
Just your name in BuzzFeed?
Sure. I mean, you can try things.
I'm going to try it. We can always.
It should. I think there's all kinds of.
How do you spell your last name?
GER.
Just.
RIPPER.
GER?
GER.
I was so close.
Yeah.
Like I got that far, man.
There. That's
your book. Oh,
that's my book. That's Penguin Random House.
You're on Goodreads.com.
I am.
Not everyone's on that.
And Daily Mail. Daily Mail took one of my videos. A video from my YouTube account.
Well, Daily Mail, I mean, that's like the British BuzzFeed, correct?
A little bit. So they took a video. I made a video of me telling my 4 kids, my 4 sons, that they're going to have a 5th brother. And my kids just freaked out. And they took it, they stripped it, they like ripped it from YouTube and uploaded it to the Daily Mail.
Really?
And like it might be in here. It's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck, guys? What are you doing? You don't just like rip YouTube videos and put them up. Right. Hey, look, there it is. It's still there. Like, I didn't send them like a cease and desist or anything. But it's just like, well, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I sure as shit didn't say anything. Anyhow, so.
This is good.
So like, ebbed and flowed as far as like being like people being interested in it. And then like one time it just like in 2014, it like blew up one more time, a little bit bigger, and had 2 people contact me to see if I wanted a book deal. So I said, yeah, give me money. That's great.
So the book deal was a 1 book deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
We tried making a couple. others.
What do you mean? Like you tried pitching other ones, or
yeah, they're
the
like,
deal
hey,
itself? Though?
No, yeah, they're like,
or they
hey,
wanted production.
They're like, hey, what you got? What else you got?
Mm-hmm.
And we tried a couple different things, and they're like, nah. And then my publisher's like, we're kind of getting out of this space, like the parent space.
Oh, not paper books.
Not paper books. They're
Okay.
like the thing, like my publisher, not 10 Speed Press. They are much more known for like their really high quality cookbooks.
Okay.
They've got some really good cookbooks, I guess. And this was they had like a weird joke space. Like, so it's a novelty, not novelty, but it's like a novelty
a
gift.
niche.
It's this is a book you give as a gift.
Yeah.
That's what this is. This is
upscale coffee table books.
Yes. This is a baby shower gift for somebody's coffee table who just had a baby or going to be parents. And like, that's it. And it's a nice little gift. And
they were pitching your book as.
Yes. And that's exactly what it is. It is not some kind of weird self-help or memoir no, it's a book of illustrations where you flip through it in 5 minutes and go, huh.
Yeah.
Every couple of minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that's what it is.
It's like a children's coffee table book.
And here's like,
but it's also like, BJ Novak, did the book without
the OK book?
No, the book without pictures or something, or the book without words, something. I don't know.
I think he did the OK book. I thought he was the OK book.
Hold on one second.
His is a little bit more children's book, like a straight up children's book. And the thing is, like, this book, like, it's simple enough. Like, I've had a lot of people like, this is my kids. Oh yeah, the book with no pictures.
The book with no pictures. So
who made the OK book? Somebody made the OK book.
We'll get around to that, but it seems to me like because I had a friend who's a parent that told me about this book.
Yeah, but
it seemed like they were just as entertained by it as their kids were.
Yes. Yeah,
and that would be something. What I would feel the niche would be that. The kids would like listening to the ridiculousness of
it's adjacent. And I like literally I've had a lot of people say this my kid likes this book. This is my kid's favorite book.
Because it's funny things. I saw the stop eating cake out of the trash because you've already brushed your teeth. Yeah. That would make a kid laugh.
It's absurd.
It's silly.
It's absurd. Like, and the thing is, like, that's all children are. Children are like, they don't know how to like be humans yet,
which is a huge responsibility to any parent to teach them how to be human. But and what does that even mean? Right.
So yeah,
can we? We'll get to the OK book, but can we read the 1-star reviews?
Let's read the 1-star reviews.
I just want to.
It's like this isn't funny.
Overpriced and not that humorous.
Yeah.
Boring, maybe 1 or 2 funny pages. Now, see, I don't agree with that because I was reading the thumbnails on the Daily Mail when I was going through.
Yeah.
And I haven't read your book, and I'm not blowing sunshine up your ass because you're already a narcissist, so I don't need to tell you.
Right?
But did you put syrup on the dog?
Yeah.
I could see how it's a kid's book. What are my expectations?
Right. Like, what did you want? And here, I mean.
And you had people. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had 5 people out of a total of. We have
76.
Is that 76 global ratings? So 5 people out of 76 ratings took the time to go to Amazon to rate your book 1 star.
Just 1 star.
How miserable is their life?
Pretty bad. My thing is like I find it like ridiculous that like the number of people
Sorry.
The most top critical review.
Top critical review is 3 stars. Enjoyed it, but it's not worth much more than $1. The illustrations are nice. More of a coffee table book. You fucking dick. Like
that's what it is.
It's not.
That's exactly what it is.
But it's totally worth more than $1. It had to have cost more than $1 to print, right?
I hope. My thing is like
that's the top critical review. Why? That's horrible.
At 3 stars. Top critical review for 3 stars. I think that's pretty good.
But first off, it's from Person, which is great. But to me, your time alone is worth more than $1. Like,
right? Wow.
It's not worth much more than $1.
Yeah.
So they think that the amount of time that you took to put the book together, the printing process, the physical materials to do it, the distribution.
Yes.
I'm not paying more than $1 for this shit.
Right. Like,
you're going to take a loss leader hard on this one.
I'll give you $1. Like, it's so funny. Like,
and then the company says, no. They're like, well, it's overpriced.
Yeah, it's overpriced. This is hard. This is garbage. Yeah. My thing is that this is available as like a Kindle.
Yeah.
It's like you can buy this in digital format, which is not.
So I want to go back to your contract.
What it's supposed to be. Yeah.
I want to go. Well.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. True. It's like
What do you? I don't.
It's the illustrations met with the with the things they're saying.
I mean, I would not
because
want
as the top critical review says. I mean, the illustrations are nice, but
they're nice.
I mean, they're nice,
but
whatever amount of time it took you to make those illustrations.
It's more of a coffee table book.
And it clearly is coming from a person that doesn't understand how much time it takes to make those illustrations.
Sure. It depends. Some of them were slapped together a little quick.
Right. But I'm still going to venture and say it's worth more than $1.
Sure.
And that's a backhanded compliment and should be taken
I mean, you're familiar with Fiverr, right?
Yeah. Well, I've never delved in really to Fiverr. I mean, I'm aware of the concept.
Yeah.
But I think I haven't seen any work done from Fiverr.
Yeah.
Have you?
No, I have no clue. I don't know.
I mean, this feels like a thing we should explore.
I just know people like getting Somali people to say racist stuff on Fiverr. Mm-hmm. That's a problem.
Well, we've delved into Cameo. We might as well dive into Fiverr, right?
Wish I hadn't bothered. What a waste of money. That's great.
Wait, what?
It's one of the. It's
Oh, that was one of the. Yeah. Wish I hadn't bothered wasting money. And how much is it selling for?
$7.58 with $4 shipping.
You can't even be Amazon Prime for some fucking reason.
It was when it came out. You can still buy it on.
Well,
Kindle
it was originally
$15.
Okay, it was originally $15.
That's the original MSRP, huh?
But
it's a nice little hardcover book. It is once again is the quintessential.
I don't think it's overpriced.
It's the quintessential coffee table book
for children and parents.
Yes.
Well, again, I've written one Amazon review in my life, and it was because I bought an iPad that shit out on me after I put all of my personal information on it, and then I had to send it. I was going to send it back to this third party seller. I was like, no, I don't feel really comfortable about doing that.
Right.
And then the guy was just like, okay, well, do these steps, and if that doesn't work out, give me a call back. And I did those steps, and they didn't work out, and I called back. He's like, all right, we'll just refund you and keep the iPad. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing. And he's like, well, yeah, if you could do me a favor, just leave me a review. And that's what I did. I left him a review.
Oh, that's great.
Because he saved me a ton of money and a ton of... I don't want to send my personal information back to the third-party person.
Yes.
To figure out how to do the thing that I can't figure out how to do. And have everything. And I'm like, no, I don't feel comfortable with this.
That's a classic Somali scam. Mm-hmm. Tales old as time.
Wow, there's a paragraph here.
Yeah.
1 star, a quick read. This book was just as the title stated, written by a man who said these things to his children. Thought it would be funny as stated on the back cover. I did not find much to even smirk about. This said it was read by me cover to cover. I didn't skip any pages and was finished in record time, no laughs. I'm sorry. As for we all said these things, well, I had 5 children and did not find any quotes of mine here. What?
Yeah.
When did you claim that? When did you claim these are things?
I think there's a lot of, listen.
The book is titled Things I've Said to My Children.
Yeah.
Not things we've all said to my children.
We've all said to my children.
Right, okay. I thought some would be in this book that may have said, or friends of mine or newspapers may have said. Newspapers?
Yeah.
May have said.
The newspapers, they talk about things I've said to my children.
Something in books I read. No, this guy was pretty original, however. Not funny. And the book can be read very quickly. Artwork was big.
Yes.
Print was big. Pages were few, thankfully. I did not pay for this book, as it certainly would have annoyed me at the price and content. Got this book to review at Blogging for Books. That's an incredible run-on sentence that they put.
Yeah, isn't that great?
For
Blogging for books. Okay.
I love. I mean, it's the biggest review for sure. It's the biggest.
It's pretty big.
The biggest of the bad reviews.
And the thing is, so it's just like you don't understand what this book is. Clearly,
yeah.
You don't know what this is supposed to be.
But you're gonna go type a diatribe.
It's like, oh my god, I can't. Like, here's the deal. That was probably delivered on her. She said, "Yes, I want to like review books for blogging for books." Mm-hmm. Got it on her fucking Kindle.
That was it.
That's it.
It's like, first off, this book was just as the title stated, written by a man, and I know I'm putting inflection there, but there. It's totally there. Written by Alberta, which Alberta sounds like a very old lady.
She's not happy.
Who said these things to his children, thought it would be funny, as stated on the back cover. Like, you fucking man.
I'd have to look at the back cover to say whether or not I thought it was funny.
Well, you're a man and you stated it. So
yeah.
Therefore,
you saying Alberta's coming with some bias? Is that what you're saying?
I think anytime you start off the first sentence and the first comma like that you use is written by a man, I think that's the only way. And I'll read it a different way. This is a book. This book was just as titled, stated, written by a man who said these things to his children, thought it would be funny, and stated on the back cover. That doesn't have the same inflection as this book was just as the title stated, written by a man who said these things to his children, thought it would be funny, as stated on the back cover.
You're throwing an extra comma in there. That's your.
You think there?
Yeah, you thought it would be funny.
Yeah. Thought it would be funny as stated. Well, that's grammatically, if she really wanted to get her point across, that's what she
should have done. Blogging for books. I banned them from all my books, by the way.
She did a lot of commas in this last sentence here. But she did give you a compliment that
No, I don't know if there's one in there.
No, there was. Hold on, I got to read through it. Did not find any of this funny. I love the newspapers.
No, this guy was pretty original. Is that it?
Yeah, yeah. No, and that's coming out of a comma, by the way. So again, it goes, this fucking sentence, I got to make sure.
It's like, no, it makes no sense.
This is one sentence, everybody here. As for we all said these things, well, I had 5 children. Hold on, I got to make sure. Yes. As for we all said these things, well, I had 5 children and did not find any quotes of mine here. Like, you're supposed to quote her. Still the same sentence here.
Right.
I thought some would be in this book that I may have said, or friends of mine, or newspapers may have said. Something in books I read. No, this guy was pretty original, however, not funny. And the book can be read very quickly. Yes. Artwork was big. Print was big. Same fucking sentence. Pages were few. Thankfully, I did not pay for this book, as it certainly would have annoyed me at the price and content. That's not a sentence. That's a very long run-on sentence.
So weird. People are weird.
Oh, man.
Anyway, I don't get people. Funny. I don't understand people. I really don't.
And she went on. I mean, probably had to do it because of blogging for books.
Yeah, blogging for books. Listen, Alberta, I've noticed that you have... You've checked out like 35 books from Blogging for Books and have yet to write any reviews on it.
Can we delve into her public profile here?
Alberta's got 374 reviews here. A lot of 5 stars. Jesus, Alberta.
Pretty damning here, bud.
There's a 4.
Oh, here's another 1 star.
Here's a 1 star.
Of a commercial chef 6.5-inch skillet. Black. Gives it a 1 star. Wow.
Golly.
You get what you pay for, you know?
You get what you pay for. Oh, she gave the Rebel Bride 5 stars? Is that what I saw? All the way at the bottom.
Where it should be.
There's another.
Okay. Yeah. Wonderful read.
Yeah, wonderful read. Daughters of the Mayflower, 5 stars. Scroll back up. Oh, that was the kitchen knife. Kitchen pan.
Wow. Skillet.
Okay.
Get it right.
Wow.
She's following 2 people and doesn't have a profile pic. I didn't know that Amazon had a
weird
profile aspect.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's very weird.
It is weird. I like the idea that she took the time to review Amazon labeled AA's.
Yeah, let's look at her battery review here. 5 stars.
5 stars. Amazon Basics 20-pack of AA high-performance alkaline batteries, 10-year shelf life, easy-to-open value pack.
Mm-hmm. What more can I say?
Anything that has Amazon in the name, it's a first-class product.
And that's it. That's what she says. That's the totality. I had to click on see more.
That's great.
To finish. Like, we already finished the fucking sentence.
You going to buy a Zoom recorder?
No. But I think that adding a profile to Amazon is just doing the work for Amazon. I want Amazon to do the work for me. Tell me what I want. I already bought a recorder. Like, they know that. Right. Why would I need 2?
Right. Well,
get the algorithms better, Amazon.
For one for home. You want one for home. One for the car. Everybody knows this about audio recorders. You want
one for every station.
One for the office, one for the car, one for home.
Mm-hmm. And I'll use Amazon Basics 20-pack AA high performance alkaline batteries, 10-year life.
5 stars.
5 stars.
5 stars.
And your fucking book got 1.
Got 1. Oh,
because it didn't say anything that the newspapers said about talking to the kids.
If only there would have been. I'm like, I should have skimmed the newspapers.
Should have skimmed the headlines. Go to what I said to my kids section.
That's it. That's what I. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. From the newspaper into this book.
And I love that her expectations of the book were to go into have things that she said to her 5 kids.
I'm imagining at one point, like, at no point did she ever have get poked in the butt with a lightsaber. That's one.
Okay.
Or, tell your kids.
Well, she did say you're original.
I'm original.
Not funny.
I'm not funny.
But original.
Not funny.
Which I've been saying for years. You're not funny. You're original, but you're not funny.
That's the subtitle to my memoir.
Yeah.
Nathan Rebugger, original, not funny.
That's it. That's another book. There you go. Publish it.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Well, Alberta might give it a shot.
Alberta,
because she would say, I thought that from the beginning. I thought that guy was original, but not funny. No.
Here's the deal. What I'm gonna get her in the end, it's gonna be a super long book, and I'm gonna include a lot of things said in newspapers to really seal the deal. I'm only gonna cater to this lady. That's it. If I don't cater to Alberta, I don't know what kind of audience I'm chasing. That's what I want.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh yeah, Fiverr.
So I'm going back to Fiverr, but it's Fiverr with 2 R's. I forgot. But anyway, that's a good bow. That's a good bow to put on your book. Hey, you can go to Amazon.com and you can buy.
Keep buying
at half price.
Keep buying them.
Keep buying the book.
Eventually, maybe they'll want to give me more money. But
I was wondering, we can tie it up with that actually. So it was just a one-time deal.
Yeah. So it was hey, here you go. Gave me an advance.
They bought licensing rights.
They bought the license. Here's your advance, and I've got a long way to go before
the advance is done, or
I've sold enough books to pay for my advance.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of something that's like they thought it'd have a little bit more kick to it, but I don't know. It's like
from what I've seen, it's
appropriately.
Look, I don't like kids, and I hate the idea of parenthood. So
you hate the idea of parenthood.
Oh yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's always seemed like a jail sentence to me.
That's interesting.
I mean, it's a weird thing I've had since I was a kid. I don't know. Did you ever have the desire to want to have kids?
I don't see. That's a weird thing. I was talking with my wife with this about is this really where you think you saw yourself years ago? Married to me.
You asked that to your wife?
No, my wife asked me this.
Gotcha.
No.
Okay.
Listen.
I know you don't know how to talk to women.
I don't know. That's a minefield and a half.
Yeah, but she asked you that. So,
she asked me,
that makes more sense.
Okay. It's no. And I don't remember. I really don't remember having any childhood fantasies of fatherhood that didn't involve me being a Batman-esque character. But it's super weird. But
well, and that's kind of where I don't know.
You dreamt about being Batman?
No. I've had many of arguments with my parents and my dad.
About how he fucked up.
No. Just about like me wanting, honestly, like, and to be real, like me wanting to be a musician.
Yeah.
He was very much against that from the get go, and was always against me doing that. And basically, at every step that I wanted to do that, it was like, no, you should do this. Don't go to college because you don't want to be the person in their late 20s that has to go back and everything like that. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I know what I want to do.
Community hadn't come out at this
Community hadn't come out yet. Yeah, there wasn't a really like
positive spin
on it. And I just remember it came out at one point. He just said that he knew he wanted to be a father when he was a kid. I was like, that's fucking weird.
That's weird.
That's weird.
I think that's weird. I think that's.
But I've met other people in my life that like they've known they wanted to be a parent their entire life.
Sure.
And I can't fault the drive. I can't fault the like, I know I just want to have kids and be a father. But I think there's a flip side to that where that's what we're supposed to do. Because I do know people that we're in a relationship and the next thing you're supposed to do is get married. And after you get married, you're supposed to have kids. Now we have kids. And I realize that, maybe I don't want to be a parent. And
sure.
If we have a 50% divorce rate in this country, I think a lot of that has to deal with.
It's not that high anymore, by the way.
Sure.
I'm just letting you know.
Okay, well, we can get the updated things. But I think it's one of those things, it's the thing we're supposed to do. Yeah. And the drive for people to want to do it versus it happening to them. I think there's a vast world in between those two things.
Quite frankly, I think like people without children is like became like the homosexuality of like today. Like, really, like, you think about like early 90s. Early 90s, you came out as gay and it's like, okay, all right, okay, sure. And then 2015, it's like, I don't want to have kids ever. Mm-hmm. I think for the most part, there's the same amount of acceptance as homosexuality. And,
it's not a battle.
It's not
a battle.
It's not this weird thing. Well, don't get me wrong. There's still like plenty of weird aunts and uncles going, well, are you sure?
Yeah.
You just haven't met the right lady yet.
But I think that's part of the process that I'm talking about of like, this is what you're supposed to do. The supposed to do thing, I think is the real problem. Because I'm, again, like, although I find it weird that my dad said that he wanted to be a father since he was a kid, I can't fault him the same way I don't want him to fault me of saying like, I just want to be a musician. Like,
sure.
I don't want you to fault me. Just believe that this is what I want to do. Right. So I'm going to give him the same respect I'd like to be shown.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm not going to like say like, oh, that's fucking ridiculous and weird.
It's a little weird.
But it is weird.
That's me.
That's fine. But it's also weird to do, like to go on the road and tour and be a musician. But but there are people that I know that have been just wanted to be parents their entire life.
Right.
And when they have kids, you're like, you're absolutely, that's what you're supposed to do. You're a 40-year-old man trapped in a 20-year-old's body or a 25-year-old's body, like those kind of people. And
sure. Oh yeah.
I generally get along with those kind of people. But the people that are just kind of in a relationship and then when all their friends start to get married, that's when they get married. And then all their friends start having kids and then they have kids because they don't want to,
there's certain milestones in life, sure, that aren't necessary. But I would say that for me,
it's not necessary. It doesn't have to be that, but it's the keeping up with the Benjamins kind of thing. Or,
sure.
Like,
well, I don't know what to do with the rest. I don't know what to do with my life. So I'm gonna do this is the pre-order thing. Mm-hmm. I would say that like for me, the idea of like being a parent, it always seemed like an inevitability, kind of a thing.
Okay.
Just because that's what happens,
But that's kind of what I'm talking about.
Not that I had like a drive to or felt pressure to. How about that? But then again, I got my wife pregnant, way super young, and that's just. I feel like I lucked out. I feel like, my wife, and I feel like quite frankly, as far as compatibility and stuff, I think I won kind of a jackpot.
You did.
As far as like
And that's not to say that in these situations that good things can't come out, for sure. Like, and again, my situation of the people, it's not to say that out of those things, good things can't come, for sure. And that's kind of the whole journey, the life that people are experiencing, everything like that.
Yeah, sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow.
Right. But my point to this is an inevitability. This has to happen.
Sure.
That's the kind of thing, because we are at absolutely on opposite ends of the parental spectrum here, right?
Sure.
You have 5 kids, I have 0, and we're roughly we're within 2 years of each other.
I think 3.
I'm 35.
I think am I 38?
Are you 38?
No, I'm 37.
Okay, I thought we were.
I got to do
within 2
math.
years.
Yeah.
So we're within 2 years of each other, and neither is right or wrong. It's just
absolutely
how
not.
life plays out, right?
Absolutely. And that's the big thing. I think a lot of people, I mean, this is very much different strokes for different folks. And that's what everybody should, in my opinion. If I'm going to browbeat anybody, it's like, well, no, you have to do this. You have to do this. Like, well, no, you don't. I mean, especially like me being, I think, as far as parenting style and stuff like that, I'm sure there's a lot of people like disagree with me. Like, we let our children just wander the woods with knives, feral style.
You do have at least one feral.
We've got one feral. For me, and this is my big takeaway. Like, as a parent, and this is something I tell almost every new parent that I ever meet is learn how to ignore your children. Because your children.
That wasn't a book you pitched, right?
It's not it should be. I pitch them of things I hate because of my children.
Okay.
That's a different. That's
an aside.
That's an aside. No, like for me, like I do. The problem is that don't let your children become your identity, and that's a big thing. Yeah. And there's a lot of people out there who do just get sucked into mom life, dad life.
Yep.
And it's like, well, no, I mean, this is a part of your life, and it's certainly one you should embrace and one that you should learn to love and accept and grow into. But it's not who you are, right. And it should be who you are, and that's like learning how to ignore.
I would push back on the who you are because there are, with the inevitability part, there is the I'm giving up my life to put my life into this other entity.
Sure.
And then that's the vicarious living through them. I mean, that's the I was this, back in the day, and now you're going to do it, or like this is what I want you to do and everything. That's a really problematic thing within like just first world problem kind of things where you're dealing with just expectations on a child instead of letting the child be. Because I agree with the sentiment of what you're saying about learning to ignore your child.
Learn how to ignore.
I think you could say it better, but
no, that's. I mean, listen.
Maybe but I haven't workshopped it. But I'm saying I agree with the sentiment though. Like, don't wrap yourself up in the identity or your identity into the child, because the child is its own.
Yeah,
and I just think the weight of having a kid is not. I don't think a lot of people think about it when they have kids.
Sure,
because you can have a kid in so many various ways, right?
Yeah.
You had your first child in the way you did.
21.
Right. And then there's other people that have it in a completely different way.
43.
Right. And there's no guarantee that it's going to end up the best way because you did it this way.
There is no right way. There is absolutely no right way, because there's absolutely, the problem is that there's no perfect child. There's no like set child.
Yeah.
Right. So every child's different. I can attest to this, do it 100%. With my 5 kids, my 5 boys, every single one of them are incredibly different. And that's like at birth. So if you're going to come at things a certain way for each one, because like the whole ignoring thing, it doesn't work on all kids. And some kids you do need to give a little bit extra support and love to, or like need a little bit more than this or that. So it's not a one size fits all thing. And when you come with, you need to parent this way. You can't. It's impossible.
Or this is the right way to parent.
This is the right way to parent.
I can't speak to how to parent. I have relationships in my life where I'm like, I would do this if I were you, but I have zero ground to tell you how to raise your children.
I got a problem with that. Like, I do think like should be a certain level of outsider,
Really?
Unless you're a fucking prick. Unless you're, don't get me wrong. I mean,
well, go on.
I mean, should you? Hey, if my kid's being an asshole, step on up and say, "Hey, don't be an asshole, kid." Or, I mean, I don't mind if you sit there and say, "Hey, don't do that. I don't want you to do that right now. Stop that. Please stop."
What about to you though? What about if they're like, "Hey, look, your kid's being an asshole. Like your kid is a giant fucking dick."
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and so my kid's been a dick.
No, none of your children have been a dick to me. No.
In your presence, how have my children wronged you?
No, none of your children have wronged me. So. No, but
I think
it's a weird thing that does come up where I'm like, I have friends that have kids, and there are kids in my life where I'm like, God, my mouth is full of blood from biting my tongue.
Could you not do that?
Yeah, could you just not? And I'm like, well, I can't even go to, well, as a parent, I would do this, or, from one parent to another. Yeah. And it just puts you in a situation where you're like, I guess I can't say anything.
No, it's as a member, as a member of society, what is happening right now is not conducive to how the rest of the world works. Could you please stop letting your kid hit my flat screen with a hammer? Right. Could you stop? You need to intervene right now because.
Can you? Well, where does it go to privilege? Because there's other things of like, I think you're raising small children who are, you can just, do you ever know that when you see a small kid, 8, 9 years old, where you're just like, that kid's going to be a piece of shit. And you can't, and maybe you have the relationship with the parents where you can say, hey, your kid's a piece of shit.
I'm a firm believer.
Because 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, they can be pieces of shit.
I'm a firm believer in talking to kids in like the most adult way possible. Like, hey, can I talk to you? I want to talk to you. Come here. Can you come here? I'd like to speak with you. Mm-hmm. What do you want? No, I'm not going to talk to you in the other fucking room. Can you please come here? I'm talking to you. Mm-hmm. Just like an adult. Hey, Bobby. Hey, can you come here, Bobby?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we could have a sit here and have a conversation. Now, if a kid's, hey, no, I don't care. I'm telling you what's going on right now. And the thing is, I'm not coming at you. According to Allah, this is the book that we live by in my house. So I'm going to push all of this on top of you. Mm-hmm. I am a weird eco-fascist, so I'm going to make you do this and that and this and that. As a weird Bible Belt conservative, I need to make sure that you eat only bacon, this and that. I mean, like, it's not shit like that. It's like, how do we live in polite society?
Right.
You need to be doing this because you're being an asshole.
Well, we experience it, a lot of it. I mean, and again, I have zero fucking room to talk because I'm not a parent. I haven't produced a child to show as like, here's my shining ray of hope or like my badge of honor.
Absolutely not.
But
no, and you don't have to.
But I do feel that we live in a society that has produced multiple generations, my generation included, of like kids that have not been parented correctly. Yeah. And that's kind of part of the problem where you're dealing with not developing a child in a way that would allow for them to be semi-decent human beings in the world, or their righteousness in the world is a real problem. And then the ability for the parent to want to be their friend versus being a guiding light or disciplinarian, however you want to look at it. Right. But that's like a lot of these are resulting from that. I mean, you don't need to have the bona fides or whatever it is, the bona fides of having a kid to say, this is how we live in a society. We don't go around. Right now you're screaming. That's interesting though, because
you're screaming right now. Nobody else is screaming. Right. You are a part of this community right now. You're the only one screaming. Please stop.
Yeah.
That's not like, and if a parent comes at you and says, "Oh,
how dare you say that to
how dare you say to my children, you have," and then it's like, well, I said stop screaming, not you're a total piece of shit. Knock it off, or I'm gonna kick you in the fucking teeth. It's please stop screaming. Well, you have no idea how hard it is to be a parent. That's not what I'm saying, Susan. What I'm saying right now is your kid's being an asshole, and I'm trying to like, hey, hopefully the same thing you'd say to any other asshole.
So you don't think that not having kids, or you don't think that having kids holds the same weight as not having kids or vice versa? I know that's a confusing question,
we're all
it's
in the same community. We're all in the same community.
Yeah.
We all live in the same society.
Okay.
So we should be able to say, hey, now our community, like you and like our community of like my extended family and your extended family, that's a different community, and I'm not gonna hold those same levels. There's of faith traditions or this or like family traditions.
That's a whole different.
That's a totally different thing. Yeah. Things like, can you stop stabbing my wall? Can you stop kicking my stuff?
Yeah, general human things, normal human courtesy,
normal human decency.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
not. Well, listen.
Yeah,
you need to fast at least
because we can't
7 hours a day.
We can't tackle that. We can't, nor should we. But also, like my voice of authority in that situation. Like I have not studied theology in all these different ways.
Right.
But I do know how to be a generally decent human being in the
world. Not to kick a fucking wall.
Or not to be a spoiled little piece of shit and honestly, to hear you say that and everything like that is I've never assumed that would be the case. I've never assumed that me not having a kid, I'm always just like I'm gonna just bite my tongue and I will go about my life.
Now it's totally different
if it's your kids.
If it's my kids. No, I mean if you're in somebody's house. I mean that's the biggest problem.
If it's in their house?
If you're in somebody's house.
Interesting.
Those kids are in their house and they're jumping on the fucking couch right next to you or whatever the fuck ever, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, can you not do that? I'm sitting right here. Mm-hmm. That's one thing. If it's like across the room and they're just jumping on the couch and it pisses you off, well, it's just like, well, fuck. Can they just jump on the couch? That's a different thing.
Well, you've opened a world where, I mean, again, my default is just to,
is it
not my kid?
It's not.
I saw one of the most jarring things I've seen in public driving around.
Open hand slap.
Yeah. No, it wasn't that. It was a small kid, probably 6 years old, running with a stroller, with a tiny, like a probably 2-year-old baby.
That's a bad idea.
Running on the sidewalk and running. And I could see it from a fucking mile away. I'm like, who's watching these kids? Like, what's going on?
That's me.
And they're running. And then the stroller hits a bump. The toddler, the stroller and the toddler fall like off to the side. And then I stop. I'm like looking like what the hell's going on. And then I see the mom like ways away coming like not even running after it.
Nonchalant
like walking. And I wanted to pull over and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you fucking kidding me? Like I didn't because I'm like, what?
That's different. Because that's stranger on the street chastising. That's a different.
Yeah, but
stranger.
Me being compelled to do that was very there. Like it was visceral. Like I was like, oh, I want to say something so bad right now.
That's so weird.
And I just was like, no.
I don't know about that one. It's like,
would you have said something? Because like it was fast too.
I mean,
it was going.
You're in a car.
I'm in a car, and it's 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. It's residential. I'm driving.
Yeah.
I'm a speed limit follower.
You sure are.
I know. I don't drive fast, but it was jarring. It was because it was one of the things too that you could see coming from a mile away. You're like,
that's a really bad idea.
That's a little child driving an even smaller child around in a stroller. I hope nothing bad happens. And then something bad happens. You're like, the fuck? Is everyone okay?
Are we talking like a full-size stroller or like an umbrella stroller? That's
what's an umbrella stroller?
Umbrella.
I'm not a parent. I don't fucking know.
Is like the shitty, like little shitty one that you can fold up.
Yeah.
It's like the size of an umbrella.
Yeah, it was.
See, that's a real problem because those wheels are like 6 inches in diameter, and
it wasn't those heavy duty. No,
and like not with pneumatic wheels and no, those fucking little wheels, they'll catch on.
This was a 6-year-old running at full speed, not caring about.
I say that, and I can imagine my kids. Like, I don't know. Yeah, that's bad. Well,
I really wanted to say something.
Also, here's the other thing you need to understand about babies, and a lot of people don't understand about babies.
They're really resilient.
They're incredibly, absurdly resilient.
And that's what I said when I just drove away and didn't do anything.
I mean, yeah. Also, you're in a car. I mean, as compared to like being on the other side of the street, like walking, that's like.
Well, what have you ever confronted anybody in public? Have you ever like stopped yourself and just
not that I can really think of.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, have
you ever gotten into a public confrontation with anybody?
No, absolutely not.
No.
I mean, my thing is like I've adapted a lot. My wife, her big thing is no, thank you, and that's to say that to a kid. It's like, hey, no, but using it a little bit polite with authority.
Passive aggressive as well.
No, thank you. I don't want you to sit there and jump right next to me. Please stop. Shit like that, know, all the time.
No, but not just kids, but like, like, because in that situation I was describing with the children, I wasn't going to yell at the children. It's not the children's fault. It's the mom walking casually. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Because she doesn't want to deal with that horse shit either.
Well, no, she doesn't. Like,
yeah, she doesn't want to deal with that horse.
I wouldn't have yelled at the kids. I would have yelled at the mom that's walking casually.
Oh no, yeah, yeah. You can like, it's not parenting. That's a parenting.
That was a parenting situation.
Oh no, your situation, sure.
Yeah. The kid with the stroller was a parenting situation.
Trust me. As soon as somebody else, unless they're a total piece of shit. And that's where you talk to the kid, and it's like, hey, kid.
No, but I'm talking about talking to and maybe even expand the scope. Like if it's a kid doing something wrong, I go to talk to the parent. If I'm talking about just how do you generally act in society?
Yeah.
I mean, my years as a bartender, I've had public confrontations with people because they're acting like children, but just in the day to day of like, hey, what the fuck you doing? Like what? Even in like a traffic situation, like where you're driving around. It happened to me the other day. I didn't get into a verbal confrontation with somebody, but
a lot of hand gestures.
A lot of horn honking, a lot of like passive aggressive horn. Oh no, it's a very aggressive. It wasn't.
That's aggressive.
It wasn't passive. It was very aggressive. I was in the left hand turn, and I had the right away. It was a left hand arrow.
Yeah.
And this person coming from the other side was just gonna blow through the red light and take the right hand turn.
Ooh.
And it's one of those things again where you see it happening from a long ways away.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, they're gonna stop. They're totally not stopping. And then I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? And so then I get pissed, and then I lay on the horn, and I lay on it a little too long, as you do, you know. And
that's when I'd hit him with 3 beeps instead of 2.
Yeah.
It's not toot toot. It's dun dun dun.
Oh no. You're like the toot toot is a little. It's like a hey, the light's green kind of thing.
Yeah.
No. The like you fucked up. That's what I want you to know. Because there's levels of honking.
Yeah.
For sure.
Don't get me wrong. I don't like the laying on the horn. Laying on the horn for me is we are going to get into an accident that is like.
What I'm describing?
I don't.
If I wouldn't have put on the brakes.
I'm talking like people like swerving into the wrong lane.
It happened again within the last 2 weeks. An on-ramp yield sign onto the highway. I'm in the right-hand lane. I'm blocked to get over to the left-hand lane. A person ignores the yield sign and then just comes with a cargo truck, mind you. Just ignores it, just flies through. I have to like slam on the brakes so I can let the car in the left-hand lane pass me so I can get behind them. Come to basically like a stop on the highway.
Stop. Jeez.
And I'm fucking laying on the horn, and she looks at me and like, and we're close enough that she looks at me and she's like, what do I do? Yeah. It's like, well, there's a yield sign. I think most Americans don't think a yield sign means anything. Other than like the Pearl Jam album. But
no, they don't think about that because I don't think about.
I think they think
and
about.
I'm the most red-blooded American I know.
No, I think most people think about a yield sign in relationship to the Pearl Jam album than they do the actual traffic sign on the road. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that.
Is that Joshua Tree? No, that's
U2.
No, what's the one with the camel on it?
The Pearl Jam album with the camel on it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll look it up.
What's the one like?
Wilco has an album with.
What's the one that's like a very long titled album title? Or is no. All the titles on the songs, all the song titles are super short, except for one. Can we just go to Pearl Jam albums? Oh yeah, I just saw it.
Line we just
fucking saw it right there.
Where?
That one.
What?
I'm sorry, that's like Llama. In my head, in my youth.
Verses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it. Hey, do yourself a favor.
Don't
pull up the track listing.
Here's Yield, by the way.
No,
right it's a Yield sign.
My brother did not own that one.
No, that was in Pearl Jam's dark ages.
Yeah, pull up that Pearl Jam album, like track listing, and they're all like one word tracks, except for one. It's like a full on run fucking sentence. It's ridiculous.
I remember Verses being a good album. It's been a long time since I've listened to their discography.
I haven't listened to a lot of Pearl Jam.
No?
Yeah. That's just me though. Oh, it's a
Go,
sheep?
Daughter. Yeah, those are.
Don't call me daughter.
Everyone.
Oh, where's the track list? Is there not a track list?
Do you think everyone has an Eddie Vedder impersonation they can do?
I'd hope so.
Send in your best Eddie Vedder.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Go, Animal, Daughter, Glorified G, Dissident, WMA, Blood, Rearview Mirror, all one word. Rats, Elderly Woman Behind the Counter in a Small Town. Okay. That was. But again, we go back to writing songs here. That was the only song Eddie Vedder wrote. That's why.
Oh no, there's
there's Rearview Mirror.
Yeah.
Where he decided to just jam Rearview Mirror into one word. Long before Hootie and the Blowfish cracked Rearview.
Cracked? Because it was 92, is that what I saw?
93.
93. Interesting.
Yeah. Are you big Pearl Jam fan? No. They're one of it really is like I always say every genre of music, every like fad of music, it's a very small door and they're pushing a bunch of bands through it. And the bands that get pushed through, the bands that survive the push through, they're the ones that stick around obviously and everything like that. But it's so funny
like
to
Cracker.
Watch. No, but it's funny to watch how bands get pushed through that door. When grunge was happening, Pearl Jam, was definitely a very big band, but it wasn't this is the band that's going to last the test of time, and they're going to be touring in 2020. And
that's interesting. Why isn't Pearl Jam touring?
They are. They do.
They do?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They are.
Apparently, they're just not coming my way.
They're the Jimmy Buffett of grunge.
Really?
Yes. They tour all the time, and they actually do wonderful covers. They really do just Jimmy Buffett.
Who's singing for him?
Eddie Vedder.
I thought Eddie Vedder died.
No. Eddie Van Halen died. Eddie Van Halen.
No, who's the guy from
Kurt Cobain? He died in like 1994.
Yeah,
he was murdered by Courtney Love.
No,
I'll go online. Come after me, Courtney.
No.
Come after me.
STP and
Scott Weiland.
Who's another guy who OD'd from this group? There's one more.
Well, Chris Cornell was suicided
from
Soundgarden.
That's it.
Yeah, he was suicided.
Yeah,
yeah. So it's a weird world, and I'm not going to take you down it because it's conspiracy theory, but
not the guy from Saliva.
No, he's still alive as far as I know.
No, the guy lead singer of Saliva is dead.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he OD'd. We've talked about this, right?
Chris Cornell did not OD on anything. Chris Cornell, Chester Bennington from Linkin Park, and the saxophone player from Dave Matthews Band. And you're going to just have to look up this. We can talk about it on a different time.
You've said this.
Yeah, they were working on a
documentary about child sex
trafficking
in Hollywood,
and they've all been killed.
The saxophone.
It's a weird combination. It's like a bad, shitty joke that I'm going to tell you. Like, okay, so Chester Bennington, Chris Cornell, and the saxophone player.
They were all working on child.
No, they walk into a bar. Okay, and
they're like, "Hey, we're all the people who were raping kids," and then they all die of suspicious deaths.
I know you're making fun of me right
What's
now.
The joke is, that's what the American public believe.
Most people don't know. Look it up. Pause this podcast right now and go, Chester Bennington, Chris Cornell, and saxophone player from Dave Matthews Band. I'm sorry, I don't know his name. I got to look it up just so we can
just
so I can do him justice.
Just put a little bow. That guy was working hard to bring down child sex slavery in Hollywood. You should at least know his name. Say his name.
Say his name. I'm just gonna go. I did DMB. I hope Duck.
Yeah, you just go Dave. You're supposed to just go Dave.
I'm not a fan.
Saxophone.
I'm not a real fan. I'm just. I'm a DMB guy. Oh man.
No,
no, it's a weird. No.
Oh,
Leroy Moore.
Oh yeah, because he was
because this is the new guy, Jeff Coffin, who took over.
And he's not some kind of like Batman-esque character who's out trying to save children.
I tell you, man, you gotta look into this shit. It's coincidental at best, you know. But Chris Cornell's situation,
I do believe in coincidences.
Yeah, but I think Chris Cornell's situation was very, very odd.
Yeah,
the situation. His wife, he called his wife and sounded suspicious, and then his wife called the hotel. This was in Detroit, and his wife called the hotel.
That's why I don't go to Detroit.
Said, my husband's sounding suspicious. He's got problems. I need to get into his room. His bodyguard's there. Like, please let the bodyguard in because he sounded odd on the phone. And like, we can't do that, ma'am. Sorry, we can't let him in. So the bodyguard busted down the door to the hotel room.
Was there a ninja in there?
There was no ninja, but there was a second door because it was a suite because he's Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
Right. And he couldn't bust down the second door after. But Chris Cornell hung himself the same way I'm pretty sure Chester Bennington killed himself as well, with a shallow noose around a door handle, which is a calling card. It's a very odd.
Is Robin Williams also in this?
No, I don't.
Because he also killed himself that way.
Did he?
Yeah.
A shallow noose around a doorknob?
Yeah. Well, like, I think it was his belt, but yeah.
Okay.
Like, he hung himself on a doorknob.
Okay. Well,
if you're committed, you can kill yourself. Trust me.
All right. Well, there might be a connection there.
I don't know a guy. I don't know a lot of people who killed themselves.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyhow. No, so the saliva guy.
Yeah, it's just general overdoses.
No, because I think it's a great story.
Okay, tell me. I told you the Chris Cornell story.
So, 2001, 9/11.
Okay. Actual 9/11?
Actual 9/11.
Awesome.
You know, there was a list of songs that were put together saying we should really stop to be in good taste. Mm-hmm. Let's stop playing these songs.
Well, the Bodies Hit the Floor was the song.
Bodies Hit the Floor was that song. And because they were charting. They were going up. They were going up the charts.
I was alive then. Yep.
Yeah.
And into heavy metal, actually.
And then they never recovered.
Yeah.
I mean, not just because they were one hit wonder, but
no, it was a huge blow.
It was a huge blow where, like, you were charting. You're moving up.
You have to recapture lightning in a bottle.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. Click, click, boom. Also, I think might have been on the list.
You want to talk about conspiracy theories? Okay.
And then, and then within like 2 years later, he killed himself. He OD'd.
Yeah. I mean,
all because of that. All because of 9/11. That guy's dead.
Yeah.
Also, we saw them like in November of 2001.
Did they play?
They played at Five Flags.
Did they let the Bodies to the Floor?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they did. And then also, I can remember this with great fondness, even though was I drunk? I don't remember if I was drunk. I don't think I was drunk.
It's probably a good indication you were, but
well, I mean, I was 18 at a metal concert.
Probably a good indication you were.
I don't think so. As compared to like the year later, when I went and saw your favorite Gaelic Storm.
Oh,
I was drunk there.
Yeah, because it's an Irish band. Yeah.
Well, no, I brought in a flask.
Some stereotypes are true.
I brought in a flask and like poured like vodka into Sprite. And
in the flask?
Well, not
That's
in
just
the flask.
I was going to say that would make the flask sticky.
I'll take a large Sprite. And then poured 4 ounces of vodka into it and drank that.
Just listen to the
yeah, I'm into it. Yeah. Anyhow,
That was pretty good.
So it's 2 months after 9/11. I think it's November. Maybe it's it's November.
No, 2 months after 9/11.
2 months after 9/11, and lead singer Josie Wales.
Mm-hmm.
Is the name of the guy who killed himself. They were OD'd rather.
Okay.
He's like, this one goes out to that camel fucker, Osama bin Laden. And then they played Click, Click, Boom. Click, Click, Boom. And it's just...
Wait, Saliva had Click, Click, Boom as well?
Yeah, that was Saliva, not... Yeah, Saliva played...
I thought Click, Click, Boom was P.O.D., whose album came out on 9/11.
Oh, no shit. No, that was Saliva. Click, Click, Boom.
We'll find out.
Come on, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, there it is.
There it is.
Click,
Saliva.
Click,
Click, Click, Boom. Josie Scott.
So they had 2 songs taken off.
They had 2 songs taken off, man.
Yeah, that'll drive anybody to kill himself.
Right? Or just at least OD. Yeah. Yeah, there's just something. I'm like, oh, really? Don't get me wrong.
It was released in 2001 too.
Don't get me wrong.
2001 as well. I apologize.
Don't get me wrong. Lead singer of Saliva.
Josie Scott was the guy.
Yeah, not Josie Wales. Yeah. That's the gal.
Gotcha.
From around these parts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, Saliva, man. I'm also upset that people have died in 9/11, but I'm
sure they were as well. I'm going to speak for them.
However, yeah, no, he
Oh, okay, but he co-wrote Hero with
Chad
Kroeger.
He got fucking shit on that. He got nothing.
He got nothing on that?
He got fucking nothing.
I find that really hard to believe.
No. Like
what's your proof on this one?
It was, I want to say it was an MTV fucking story, like from back in the day.
That he got screwed out of royalties on that song?
He got screwed out of the songwriting license.
That's a hard thing to get screwed out of.
Yeah, no, he got paid like $15,000 for the video.
Well, I don't see any of that.
Also, are you looking at Hero? Pull it, yeah.
I'll just hold on.
Yeah, no, he took him to court and everything, man, and then he killed himself, and then he died of an OD, so it didn't really matter. Say that a hero.
That was a big song.
Yeah, no, he got fucked over. It was bad.
All right, we'll go to MTV.com, source of all things trusted.
Also, they originally wrote it for CW's, Smallville, I think.
Okay.
Or that's what they initially pitched it as.
They screwed me on that song, Scott said. I want the whole world to know it. They made millions off that song and threw me $5,000. Okay, that was foul, that was wrong, and that's bullshit. They would have paid a janitor more than that. I don't know about that, but okay. I can't even pay for my flights or my hotels with $5,000. I mean, you can. What the fuck am I going to do with $5,000? Pay bills. That's bullshit. Question mark. Or no question mark. Sorry. Because Saliva and Nickelback shared a manager, Scott said he didn't think it was necessary to have everything written down on a contract. But even if there had been a written agreement between them, the Memphis way, quote unquote, dictates that there probably wouldn't be some pencil-necked lawyer on Kroeger's doorstep right now serving him papers. Okay, we don't work like that in Memphis, Scott explained. You renege on a contract, his words, not mine. You don't see subpoenas and lawyers getting in on it. You see my ass getting on the phone with a baseball bat and going to see who's got my money. You see
on a plane.
My ass getting on the plane. Okay, gotcha.
Not on the phone.
Gotcha. All right.
How are your eyes?
It's a difficult screen to read here. All right. So a Nickelback spokesman wouldn't comment on the dispute. All right. Scott channeled all this violent energy into survival of the sickest, whose first single sets to, okay, blah, 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 blah. So, because of some unwritten code, he decided not to take him to court for a fairly easy lawsuit.
Yeah. They say that
that's
a
him.
hero could save us.
That's on him.
Well, and then he OD'd. Also, but I guess that's not how Canadians work, huh?
Well, I've said forever, don't trust Chad Kroeger, but here America is. Always trusting him.
Everybody in America is just constantly trusting Chad Kroeger.
They did have a great tweet though this year. They're like, if 2020 couldn't get any worse, we're going to release a new album.
Oh no shit!
Nickelback did.
I bet,
which I appreciate.
I bet that took a lot of convincing from Chad Kroeger. That's just me, like being, kind of a dick. Mm-hmm. Just imagining. Him.
I think.
Do you think?
I'm not a fan of Nickelback. I'm going to say that it's just like talking about Trump. I'm not a fan of Nickelback. Okay, but I don't think they're as bad as everyone says they are. I think they write contemporary pop hits, pop rock hits that get overplayed on the radio like anybody else. And because they're an easy punching bag for some reason, probably because they're just 4 white guys.
I don't know about that. However,
I don't know why they're an easy punching bag, but they are an easy punching bag.
I remember literally 16, 17, 18 years ago, somebody, like college roommate, he came across a video of somebody mashing up their first 2 big hits. I can't remember what the fuck they are.
Bottom of a Broken Bottle was the first one.
I don't remember.
Which is a good song.
Anyhow, it doesn't fucking matter. I mean,
it's a good
probably
song.
could still find it. Anyhow, where it's like they mash up way too well. Like, and not like, hey, it's weird how all the songs on this AC/DC album sound exactly the same. Mm-hmm. Like at one point he's like, oh, hey, listen to this. The solo from song A is the chorus of song B.
You're talking about the guitar solo is the melody of the chorus of.
Yeah.
Okay. Just to clarify for everybody. Okay.
Yeah. Which I thought, I'm like, oh, well, that's funny.
But that makes
so
sense.
he was shitting. I mean, guys have been shitting on them.
Let's shit on Justin Timberlake. Let's shit on Bruno Mars. Let's shit on Taylor Swift. Let's shit on the same.
Whoa.
artists.
No.
Exactly. The same.
You can shit on T Swift. You can shit on Justin Timberlake. I'm not gonna let you shit on Bruno Mars. I think there's. And I think Bruno Mars has
out
something.
Out of that group, I don't want to shit on Bruno Mars.
I think he's got the extra oomph.
Out of all that group, I don't want to shit on Bruno Mars the first. Okay, I don't want to shit on him. But I'm saying the same way that people like the public, glorifies bands like Maroon 5 or Fall Out Boy at that time.
They did.
I mean, they did Coldplay at a time. I mean,
I was too busy listening to the Hives.
Sure, I mean. Yes, absolutely. The Hives were great.
That was like the first, like when you said like pushing people through a door. Like
there was a whole thing.
It's like, oh, you got the word "the" in your name.
The bands.
Yeah, it was
the bands.
The Strokes, the White Stripes.
Man, there were so many.
I'll
look up a list of the bands here in a little bit after we make this point of like they just became an easy punching bag, like the Jim Belushi of making a joke about a band.
Too bad,
But that's the thing where I'm not a fan of their music. I thought "Bottom of a Broken Bottle" was a good song.
Never made it as a blues man.
Yeah.
Never made it as a.
No one wants to hear you sing it.
Oh, you don't?
No one wants to hear it. No one wants to hear Nickelback sing it. Apparently.
Oh,
but
there's enough people.
Right.
I do find it odd. It is weird how they became like the epitome of shitty band. Like
when Train still exists doing fucking Hey Soul Sister, and no one's shitting on Train. They should totally be shitting on Train. Everyone's like, actually, I kind of like that song a little bit. It's like, no, you like fuck off. Like if Nickelback's getting shit, then you give Train shit too. Like keep it
Train's
equal.
Fine.
If Train's fine, then Nickelback's fine.
Nickelback is.
It's like an algebraic equation. Okay, like if Nickelback is shit, then Train has to be shit just based on the equation.
What was Train's first big song? What was that one?
It was Hey Virginia.
Hey Virginia. Hey Virginia.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
And it's like if Nickelback is shit, then Rascal Flatts is shit. Then we can say Rascal Flatts is shit, right?
Yeah, I think
we can all agree.
Well,
these are like equations that you have to be able
I've got a pretty long leash of calling country acts shit. That's just me though.
Yeah, but rightfully so. Yeah. Rightfully so.
And I would say that Nickelback's a half a step away. I mean, you put a steel guitar and just a hint of a twang in Nickelback's voice, we're done. That's a country band.
Yep. No doubt.
Can we do?
But they probably also took elements of that and put it into country music. Right, for sure they did, to make that group of people that actually like Nickelback like country music.
If you were gonna make a Nickelback country tribute band, what would it be called?
I want my Nickelback.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
I feel like there's something there with like Way Station. I don't know why.
But
is there something with?
Why wouldn't you just go full bore being a Nickelback cover band? Why wouldn't you just do the Nickelback tribute band?
Because you play in a rural area and they really like country music.
But to my point, the people that like Nickelback also like shitty country music, and that's me making a jump.
Also, hey, you've been talking about this for a while, and your Uncle Gerald says, you mind if I just sit in with my steel guitar? Is that cool?
Okay, but you're turning all their songs into country songs. Versus...
Not by much. Just having a steel guitar and a little bit of twang.
Okay, so if we're going to look at this, and when we talk about music...
Never made it as a wash man.
No doubt with the pedal steel adds everything to a lot of music, okay? But what making Nickelback songs into an old-time country song, which is what you're talking about. Not much. No. It's a greater distance to go from making Nickelback's...
Early 90s country.
Sure, but that's a greater distance than turning them into a contemporary country music, which is... Listen to the baby, and all that shit.
Blue jeans, Bud Light.
That's you good, drink a little bud. Bam, bam, bam. That's a song. Put that down.
Yeah, black velvet in my cubby hole.
I'm pretty sure that's a lyric actually in a song.
Does Nickelback on that though? That's the real question.
But so I think Nickelback gets some unnecessary shit. Unnecessary shit.
I'll allow it.
And it's again, I go back to my Trump analogy. It's not that I'm defending him. It sounds like a shitty Seinfeld.
I'm not saying it's a good band. I'm not saying he's a good president.
I just don't think that every shit that you're laying on him is necessary.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like a Seinfeld skit that we haven't workshopped yet.
It's just that who'd be defending? Is it George?
Who would it be, George? Yeah.
Is it George or Kramer?
I think.
No. Kramer would be like weirdly heavy-handed, like. Oh, you like Nickelback, huh? You like Nickelback. What's the next? You're gonna say you like Trump? I'm guessing. I'm not saying I like Trump.
I think it's Jerry who has to defend Nickelback. Like, I don't know. It's like.
We can just say.
I think you would have to have George and Kramer on either extreme side of defending and not defending, and Jerry being in the middle. Maybe Elaine. Maybe Elaine being
Elaine's just
maybe Jerry doesn't care. Jerry does not care, and then Elaine's like, I don't know. I mean,
I don't mind them
exactly.
I mean,
and then
fine.
She does her weird dance, and then
they're fine.
Is this our second Seinfeld episode we're workshopping?
I mean, maybe.
Have we told the public about our first Seinfeld episode?
The Give It a Minute Hot Pocket? I don't know.
I think we should. Tell the public about it.
I don't know. Well, listen.
Or is it too soon?
It's too soon. We're not there yet. If we're going to workshop anything.
Okay.
It's going to
just let you know, we have Seinfeld episodes that we're...
Apparently
we're too
catalog.
Deep. We're too deep now.
Got a back catalog.
16 more to go.
Contemporary Seinfeld episodes. Have you ever, there's a Twitter handle. There's a Twitter guy.
Oh, yeah?
There's a guy who does Twitter.
Just one?
Yeah, a guy.
There's a guy who
tweets contemporary Seinfeld episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, this is
news
to me.
It's funny. It's good.
You didn't rip off our Hot Pocket idea.
Oh God, no. Okay. I mean, no. It was like what was a good one? I'm trying to remember. George sees the same girl on 2 different dating apps.
Okay.
And says, "Oh no, she's just too desperate." How did you see her on both? I mean, I'm on both.
So how many followers does this guy have?
That's contemporary Seinfeld episodes. It's a fun exercise. You don't know how to spell contemporary?
I do. Oh, I don't actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a horrible speller.
The internet fixes it.
I'll let the internet fix it.
I was
Seinfeld
right.
Today.
I was right.
Look at you. Modern Seinfeld. That's good.
How many followers does he have? 750.
750,000. He's closing in on 1 million.
Woo! He's following 0, which is... Really,
that's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it, apparently.
George Girlfriends wants a no phones at dinner rule. George, we had a good thing going, Jerry. Now we're supposed to talk? How? that can only end badly.
See, the screen is tough to read on.
It's difficult.
It's a little difficult.
You need a higher resolution screen.
I know. Well, if you guys want to send us money listening to this podcast... After her fuck buddy texts her that she should come over to watch Netflix, Elaine is pissed when he actually just wants to watch Netflix.
So what'd you do? I mean, we watched like the first half season of Downton Abbey, and then we just went to bed. I was disappointed.
Jerry refuses to go to a cash-only dinner. Jerry, they've seen the credit card. They know the credit card. It's time to accept the credit card.
That's good.
Yeah. Is that a good Seinfeld?
They've seen the credit card. They know the credit card. It's time to accept the credit card.
It's those damn fees.
It's
really, and that's the counterpoint. Maybe
no. It's cash only. This is Kramer. I don't want the government. And listen, I only do cash only.
Is there a world, and Kramer totally would, is there a world where you just workshop the next bit of his tweets where there's a modern Seinfeld workshop,
sure,
at Twitter handle where you're just putting the next little bit out there, and slowly over time, because there's a lyric writing process where bands or like members of the band and everything like that will just send a line. They'll just send a line, and then the next person has to think of the next line, and then over time that creates, I forget what it's called. I can look it up, but over time though, it creates the semblance of basically the lyrics to a song or lyrics to work from for a song and everything like that. But it's something that not one person would have thought of or would have come up with. But
that's interesting. Some kind of weird commune.
Yeah,
Wilco. As you just search Wilco,
yeah,
you don't like hey, weird songwriting
I know
process.
How to get there. I know how to.
I'm just gonna type Wilco.
I know how to get there.
How do you get there? I just search for a Wilco.
Search for a Wilco. I know how they do this shit.
I know where it spiders off from there.
I've been down this a lot. So,
when was the last song you really wrote? And don't tell me Bikini on the Workbench.
Which song? Last song I really wrote?
Yeah.
I've written a song within the last calendar year.
No, within the past month.
Not within the last month. Yeah. No, I haven't written
6 months?
No, not within the last. Not since 2020.
Since we started this podcast?
I have not written a song since we started this podcast.
Does that make you sad?
But I did write a whole album before this podcast, so.
Yeah. Bikini on your Workbench on that one?
No. I can't.
She thinks I'm sexy in camo. If she could only see me.
Nathan has an idea for.
That was the song. That was like I don't remember. I wish I could remember how it went. That was like Steve Hemmer and I.
Everyone knows Steve Hemmer.
At a basketball game. At a basketball game.
A friend of ours.
A friend of the show.
Okay.
As we were working a high school basketball game.
Uh-huh.
And I think that like one school showed up all in camo. Mm-hmm. And we like man, looking good in that camo or something.
Mm-hmm. She loves me. I mean, look.
And I was just like, there's a song. There's a country song there.
I don't know if I've admitted it to the podcast listeners, but I mean, I spent probably 3 years writing shitty country songs to try to, make it in that way.
Yeah.
Not happy with it, but that's just was the only avenue of trying to make money writing songs outside of writing your own songs and spending, 10, 11, 12 months out of the year touring to try to get people.
Don't be afraid to cash that check.
No, that's what it came to. But
the
world is terrifying, and things that like she thinks I'm sexy in camo, or what was your idea?
Oh yeah. Oh, she looks good in camo, or something like that.
She likes me in camo, or something like that.
Yeah,
would absolutely,
yeah.
It's a lot of shit being flung to that wall to see if it sticks.
Sure, I think there's some validity to it.
Well, to the point of when this quarantine started happening, within a month, of the quarantine.
How many? There was 2 of them.
There was 2 6 feet apart songs, 2 different, and that's just people getting on the horn. That's just people just like, okay, cool.
What do you got?
Got it. Yep. All right, we're gonna do this.
All right.
We're gonna throw both at the wall. We're gonna see.
Yeah. Let's see who gets on top.
And it's really tough to listen to country music.
No, I'm sure. I mean, I don't.
No, because why would you?
Why would you?
It's real garbage, though. There's a place in town that we like to go to get brunch on Sundays. It's a nice little place.
Delightful.
Yeah, it's
Where's it
lovely. It's just downtown, and it's great. We can go get brunch and everything, but we walk in.
Can you let me know like what it is? Just like through hand gestures, just so I know where. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I know exactly. I saw that.
Yeah. So we go down.
They play a lot of country music there?
Oh, real early in the morning, too.
Oof.
So we get there, 10:30, 11, and that's early.
Oof. Oh, you guys.
I know. No kids. That's the fun thing.
Yeah.
We walk in, though, and it's just plain.
Learn how to ignore your children.
We just leave to go to brunch with them, sleep. Like, figure it out yourself. I don't fucking know.
It's fine. Listen, once again, learn how to ignore your children and wait until they're appropriate age to be left alone for starters. But
it seems like you should write the Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young song, Ignore Your Children instead of Teach Your Children.
Is a Pearl Jam song instead?
No, it has to be in the vein of Teach Your Children.
How's someone teach your children
well? Yeah. Da, 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 da.
'Cause you're your own person. It's okay to leave your children at home.
Yeah, exactly.
If they're still safe. It's
no
what
one
they
will
do in
ever
Europe.
Know. Just go do whatever you want.
Just come home at a reasonable time.
Just make sure that they're fine.
They're fine.
Exactly. We're workshopping this.
And don't do heroin.
Learn to ignore your children.
I
think you could do a really funny Weird Al parody.
Yeah.
How many Weird Al parodies do you have ready to go?
4th grade me. There was no, not 4th. Was it 5th? It was There What Is. Boom. Is it Boom There It Is? Yeah, Boom There It Is. And it was Boom.
Or Whoop There It Is?
Whoop There.
Okay.
It's like Whoop There What Is. And it's like, what is it? And it was like really.
Okay.
Is it a saucepan?
Pass.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks. I don't remember. I had one about I saw the sign.
Oh yeah.
And it was about I ran the sign, stop sign.
Okay.
And it was
I ran the sign and I got into your car, crashed, ran the sign.
No, I think I got a big fine. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Nobody showed up.
Just garbage like that.
Gotcha. I always thought, going back to the country music, there was the Florida Georgia Line song "Cruise." It's what is it? It's
Cruise.
When I hear a song, it makes me want to cruise. But when I hear mine was when I hear the song, it makes me want to roll my window down and puke. That's
good.
That's the thing in my head that I can't think of the original words.
Baby, your song make me want to roll my window down, cruise.
Yeah, so I thought of when I hear the song, it makes me want to roll my window down and puke. It's playing all day, it never goes away. I want to fucking kill them. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's too aggressive for Weird Al, but I mean, that's just spitballing,
Also, you were like 25 at this point. Just FYI.
No.
Just put that in context.
I wasn't. No, that song's not 10 years old.
Aww.
It's not. You want a challenge?
I want to say 2010. Come on. You're telling me 2010? Florida Georgia Line wasn't popular in 2010? Fuck you.
Yeah, they were there. Thanks for that. I got to edit that.
Yeah, get that out of there.
Cruise. All right. What are we going to bet on this?
I don't know. Pasta salad?
Pasta salad? We're going to just do pasta salad?
I don't know. 2012.
2012.
Well.
So not in 10 years.
Just 8.
Shut up. Well, I didn't say it wasn't 8. I said it wasn't 10.
It's not 10.
Ooh.
Right?
You got me scared because actually we were playing.
Sorry, you're 27, not 25.
We were, what? Okay. Never mind. I don't want to fucking get
You
it.
don't want to read the Wikipedia article to cruise?
I'm pretty sure there's nothing interesting about it. It's bro country. And that is exactly what it is.
Bro country.
It's here. This is how we can end it.
Let's
just explore bro country.
The disambiguation of bro country.
Ooh, it is. This is the Wikipedia article.
Oh, look at those guys.
Okay, so although elements of bro country have been noted prior, such as
Trace Adkins,
Honky Tonk, friend of the show,
Trace Adkins. Ugh.
Oh my god! So the genre began to gather steam in the early 2010s. But the song that brought the movement, it's a movement, to the attention of music journalists in 2012 was Florida Georgia Line's Cruise. All right. In 2014, Cruise became the best-selling digital country song of all time with over 7 million copies sold.
7 million people paid 99 cents.
Became the top digital country song. That's a sad state. That's exactly where it's at right now.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So...
I got to do the math here. 33% of 7 million is...
How many percent of 7 million?
A third. 33.
No.
No, that goes to Apple.
I was going to say,
no, not
the amount going to the artist.
Oh, that's probably they got 200,000.
Oh, I bet less than that. I would imagine they get it's 0.0000000.
That's per plays. No, that's digital plays, not downloads.
No, that's the percentage that they get from sales.
Wow.
That's why Kanye went to the White House when he made those comments about just when he came out as a Trump supporter. Honestly, he was actually there to lobby for better digital rights for musicians because they have zero fucking digital rights, which is interesting.
But you sign them away.
Well, because you get a deal. And it's all in the contract.
But you signed it away.
Here, interesting story. I was listening to a podcast with Trey Parker from South Park, and they were talking about when South Park became huge, they had a renegotiation, and this was back. They were doing the renegotiations in 1999.
Okay, right before the
movie came out, but they were just doing the renegotiations of like the contract and everything like that. And they were set to get like a $50,000 bonus, and they said, "Well, instead of the $50,000 bonus, just give us internet licensing rights." And then Comedy Central was like, "You can't even watch this on the internet. What the fuck?"
Right?
No, I'm like, sure, absolutely, whatever. I'm like, we'll say $50,000 and give you this thing that we can't even fathom yet.
Yeah,
sure, whatever. And that's why South Park is the only thing on Comedy Central that can be streamed on Hulu that doesn't have to be on HBO Max.
That's crazy.
Which is why they just basically have control of their internet distribution rights because they signed in at the start time. These guys signed a contract. They figured that shit out by 2010 for sure.
Yeah,
right?
I'd hope so.
Right? So you're signing a deal. You're like, no. Well, if you want a deal, this is the deal. There's no wiggle room.
Right.
And so it becomes a situation of, that's the deal you signed. You get to be famous. We get to be rich. That's the old music industry term.
Is there a flourish of the hat when you say that?
A what?
Like some kind of flourish of the hat?
Like I get to do it like a la la la. If I disappear into smoke.
Yeah, that's what you do. You get to be famous. We get to be rich. And then they take their top hat and they flip it around and put it on their head and they turn into a pile of smoke. Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
And at the end of the day.
Well, this could be a podcast.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate it. If you could please give us an Apple Podcast review. Also, be sure to check us out on Twitter at TCBA_podcast. We'll just be telling you, when we're releasing podcasts and everything. And
I don't think we're going to tweet about Bro Country anytime soon, but
we'll start if we want.
We will tweet about Bro Country if you say, please tweet about Bro Country. Just tweet one for the love of God, just one person. Just tweet us about Bro Country.
On YouTube or Twitter.
YouTube. This could be a podcast. Please. or just leave a comment saying, "Bro country for life."
Yeah.
Defend Georgia-Florida line. That's all I'm asking.
Florida-Georgia line. Georgia-Florida line is a totally different thing.